So welcome back to BL6 webinar series. So today we will start from the point that we have discussed, that we have stopped last webinar session. So in that we have discussed conditional probability and one question we have gone through. The balance question will be discussed now and will move into next topic, right? Fine. Conditional probability question number 2, right? There are 20 birds in a zoo, right? සත්තු අතක ඉන්න කුරුල්ලෝ 200ක්. 70 birds are male with brown eyes and 100 birds are female with brown eyes. 20 birds are male with blue eyes and 10 birds are female with blue eyes. Construct a contingency table. Here what is important to understand contingency table. That's why I have selected this question today as very first discussion, not only to explain you conditional probability because that we have discussed already, right? Conditional probability කියලා කිව්වේ මොකක්ද අපි? Just to remind the things that we have discussed last day, A, B. Probability of happening A or probability of the probability that event A will occur, probability of A will occur given that B has already occurred. That is conditional probability. So here conditional not only conditional probability, contingency table I am going to discuss with you, right? They are asking you to construct a contingency table. Thereafter, if a bird is selected at randomly, what is the probability that the bird is female and male with brown eye and female that it has brown eye? Female that it has brown eye. Male given that it has blue eye. Thereafter, a creature with blue eye, that blue eye given that it's a female. Before we answer to A, B, C, D, E, we need to construct contingency table. First we have to construct contingency table. Contingency table අපි හදනකොට there are two colors. Two colors. What are they? Brown eye and blue eyes. Those are the colors. And other side you have male and female, no? Male and female. Male and female. Now there are 200 birds in a zoo. 70 birds are male. 70 birds are male with brown eye. 70 with brown eye. 70 male birds with brown eye. Right? 100 birds are female with brown eye. 100 birds are female with brown eye. 100. 20 birds are with blue eye. 20 birds are with blue eye and 10 birds 20 birds are male with blue eye. Male with blue eye. 20. And 10 birds are female with blue eye. Female with blue eye. How many male birds are there? 70 plus 20, 90. How many female birds are there? 110. Altogether 200. That's the total count of birds. Here also 170, 30. This is called contingency table. මේක තමයි contingency table. This is what you need to learn from this question. Contingency table. Based on the outcomes, we have to construct this table. This is total. Total. Right? Done. දැන් අපෙන් අහනවා, if a bird is selected at randomly, what is the probability that the bird is female? Probability of female birds. Female. Probability of female. How many female birds are there? 110. Out of 200. Out of 200. 110 divided by 200. 0.55, which means 55% chance is there to be a female bird if you select randomly. එක කුරුල්ලෙක් randomly select කරගත්තොත් ඒ birds ඒ කුරුල්ලා female කුරුල්ලෙක් වීමේ female කුරුල්ලන කිරිල්ලියක් නේ වීමේ සම්භාවිතාවය 55%. That female bird 55%. B, a male with brown eye. Probability of male and brown eye. BR brown. Blue B ne ekයි මම මේ ගන්නේ. Brown eye. Brown eye. Probability of being male and brown eye. Male and brown. Male and brown. This is the outcome. Male and brown. 70 out of 200. 70 out of 200. 35% chance is there. 0.35 proportion 35. 35% of chance is there to be a male with brown eye. Then a female that it has brown eye. Female that it has brown eye. Female that it has brown eye, which means female that brown eye. Female, right? Female that given a brown eye. Given. Conditional. Condition. Brown eye. Female brown eye, which means 100 brown eye 170. Female brown eye 100 170. 58% chance is there. 58%. 58% chance is there to be a female with brown eye. දැන් ඒතර 200 නෙමෙයි ගන්න කීයද? 170. 170 තමයි අපි ගන්නෙ. Right? Fine. Female with brown eye. Meaning 58% chance of selecting a bird is female bird and the bird has brown eye. So 50% chance is there to be a female bird, right? Female bird, and she has what? The bird has brown eye. Then D, a male that given blue eye. Probability of Male given that blue eye, male blue eye, male blue eye, male blue eye, 20 out of 20, right? 20 out of 90, right? Sorry, 70. 90. Sorry. They are asking a male given that blue eye, male given that blue eye, male වෙන්නත් ඕනි blue eye වෙන්නත් ඕනි. 2 blue eye තියෙන කීයක් ඉන්නවද? 30. Not 90, 30. Yeah? So we have to be careful. 30. 0.67, which means 67%. 67% chance is there to be a male with blue eye. Male එක්කෙනෙක් වෙන්නත් ඕනි. එයාට blue eye එකක් තියෙන්නත් ඕනි. Right? Blue eye තියෙන ඔක්කොම ගාන 30. Right? Done. So this is A, B, C, D. Finally, they are asking with blue eye given that it's a female. Blue eye probability. Blue eye. Blue eye given that female, and she is female. So blue eye 10, female වීමේ සම්භාවිතාව කීයද? 110. blue eye 110. Point 0.09, which means 9%. 9% chance is there to be a blue eye, to have a blue eye bird, and that bird is female bird. Right? Fine. So when you construct this contingency table, it is very easy for you to figure out probabilities, chances. Right? මේක වාසිය ඒකයි. මේක තිබුණ නැත්නම් හරි අමාරුයි මේ වැඩේ කරන්න. Right? To make life easier, it is very important to have this contingency table. Right? Fine. So this question is to understand how to develop contingency table as well as how do you identify probabilities or conditional probabilities from what? Contingency table. Done. What is next? Simple multiplication law or rule. Right? Fine. Let me erase this. So the additional simple addition rule we went through. Now simple multiplication rule. Right? Fine. So there is a question. Before that, we'll understand this concept. Before we go into straight away questions, we'll understand this concept. Thereafter, we can discuss many questions from the out of this, right? Fine. Now let's say, so it is like this. We know how to write conditional probability, right? Which means probability of A given B, which means probability of A will occur, probability that A will occur given that B has already occurred, right? Chemistry කරපු ළමෙක් agri select කර ගැනීමේ තියෙන chance එක. Given that the chemistry has already selected, that student will select agri also. Agri. That's a conditional probability. We have discussed conditional probability. How do we calculate probability of A and B? Divide by probability of B. This we have discussed, right? Under conditional probability, this we have discussed, right? අපි මේ කතා කරන්නේ conditional probability වල. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපිට මෙහෙම ලියන්න පුළුවන්. මේ කැලේ එළියට අරගෙන ලියන්න පුළුවන් ඕන probability of A intersection of B මේකත් පුළුවන්. Right? Divide by probability of B. මේකෙන් කියවෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? Probability of A and B අපි මේක ගත්තොත් probability of A and B ගන්න එළියට. Right? Probability of A and B පටල ගන්න එපා මේවා, right? Equal probability of A given B into probability of B. මේ කාරණේ simple mathematics ගණිතය අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තේ. probability of A and B ඒ කියන්නේ මේකම තමයි A and B කියලා කියන්නේ මේක මේ common factor එක. Intersection of A and B, in other words, equal probability of A given B into probability of B. This we have discussed in detail under conditional probability with numbers. අපි මේක හොඳට ඉගෙන ගත්තා with examples how it's happen කොහොමද ඒක එන්නේ කියන එක. අපි මේ විදිහට ගත්තොත් probability of B given A අනිත් පැත්ත, which means the probability of B will occur given that A has already occurred, equal probability of B and A probability of A මේකත් අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තානේ මේ given A එක තමයි යට දාන්නේ, right? A, right? Fine. දැන් අපි මෙතන හොයාගත්තොත් probability of මේකමනේ A and B මනේ මේ A and B කොත් B and A කොත් දෙකම එකයි. A and B. මෙතන අපි probability of A and B කොහොමද දෙන්නේ? Probability of A and B equal probability of B given A into probability of A. Probability of A. හොඳට බලා ගන්න. Probability of A given B, probability of B given A equal this. In other words, probability of A and B equal probability of A and B both case probability of A given B multiplied by probability of B, probability of B given A multiplied by probability of A. මෙතන පැත්ත මාරු වෙනවනේ. Same. Right? Done. මේක තේරුණානේ? Right? Here what is important, A and B will occur at the same time. What occur first is not relevant. ඔයා බලන්න තියා right. මෙහෙම දැන් A and B වල A and B කියලා ලිව්වා. B given A වලත් A and B කියලා ලිව්වා. හරි නං B and A. මෙතනදී what you need to understand first, probability of A and B, probability of B and A. මෙන්න මේ කාරණා දෙකේ ඔය පැටලලා ඇති දැන්. There's a confusion. A given B නම් A and B, B given A නම් ඒත් A and B නේ. ඒ B and A. A and B or B and A. What occur first is not relevant. Right? What occur first is not relevant. A or B occur at the same time. A and B occur at the same time. මෙහෙම ලියාගමු. A and B occur at the same time. ඒ කියන්නේ and කියලා කියන්නේ නේ. A and B occur at the same time. What occur first is not relevant. What occur first is not relevant. What is relevant? A and B will occur at the same time. That's why always we say A and B, A and B. What occur first is not relevant for us. Right? Done. Now, if events are independent, if events are independent, if events are independent, all these topics are there in your syllabus. Study pack, if you look at, you can see all these things. Conditional probability, simple addition, multiplication rule, all these things. If events are independent, which means events are not depends on event not depends on another event. One event not depends on other event. आप एक लिया गया है ना. One event is not depend on other event. එක event එකක් තව event එකක් එක්ක depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ. One event is not depends on other event. එක event එකක් තව event එකක් මත depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක තමයි independent event. Right? ඒක තමයි if events are independent. A B මත depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ depend වෙනවනේ. මේ වෙලාවේ depend. Given that කියලා තියෙනවා depend. If events are independent, right? If events are independent, probability of A given B, if events are independent, A given B equal probability of A. හොඳට බලා ගන්න. If events are independent only. If events are independent, probability of A given B equal probability of A. Probability of B given A equal then, of course, probability of B. Probability of B. Because events are not independent. Because A not depends on B. Sorry. A මෙහෙම වෙන්නේ. කවුරුවත් A කොහොමද එහෙම වෙන්නේ? මෙහෙම වෙන්නේ because A is not depend on B. මම පොඩ්ඩක් ස්ලෝ යන්නේ මේ හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න ඕන. අර මේ කැරකියුලර් නම්බර්ස් තියෙන right? A B කියනවා B C කියනවා right? දැන් හොඳට බලන්න. If events are independent, ඒ කියන්නේ one event is not depends on other event. ඒ වෙලාවේ probability of A given B equal probability of A. In other way, probability of B given A equal probability of B. ඇයි එහෙම වෙන්නේ? Because මම එකයි ගන්න මෙතන. A කියන event එක is not depends on B. A කියන event එක depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ B එක මත. එහෙනම් probability of A given B. A ඇතිවීමේ A ඇති වෙන්න තියෙන හැකියාව තමයි A වල probability කියලා කියන්නේ. In other words. B මත depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ. right? B මත depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ. right? ඒකයි මේ කියන්නේ. දැන් ඔයාලට තේරෙන සිංහලෙන් කිව්වොත් මම අපි හිතමු ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලා ඉන්නවා 150ක් 150 ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස්. ඒකෙන් අපි බැලුවා ඉස්සලා අපි එක්සැම්පල් එකට ගියොත් එහෙම 30% sorry conditional formatting conditional අපි ගත්තා කරා හරි 150 students agree කරනවා right 70 students අපි කතා කරා sorry 80 students chemistry මම මේ ලේසි කරන්න යන්නේ chemistry right 30 students අපි කිව්වා මේ දෙකම කරනවා කියලා නේ 30 students මේ වෙලාවේ මෙන්න මේක independent නෑ මේ කියන්නේ probability of A intersection of C agree and chemistry දැන් අපි කියන්නේ probability of A given B agriculture සහ chemistry වලට ගත්තොත් මේ දෙක independent නම් probability of A given B equal probability of agriculture ඒ කියන්නේ probability of A given B equal probability of agriculture 150 B මත depend වෙන්නේ නැත්තම් B මත depend වෙන්නේ නැත්තම් A given B equal probability of A මොකද because A is not depends on B මෙන්න මේ A depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ B මත එහෙනම් independent event වල A given B equal probability of A හරි පැහැදිලි ඒක පැහැදිලි right meaning probability of A and B එතකොට probability of A and B right එහෙම නම් මේ හැම වෙලාවෙම අපි බලන්නේ probability of A and B නේ මේ වෙලාවේ probability of A and B කොහොම වෙයිද probability of A and B is probability of A into probability of B probability of B this is called multiplication rule අර වෙලාවේ එකතු කරා මේ වෙලාවේ වැඩි කරා addition නෙවෙයි දැන් මොකද්ද multiplication right so simple additional rule එක අපි කතා කරේ මොකද්ද simple addition එකේදී A probability of A OB මෙතන n වෙනුවට මෙතන මේක addition rule මේ multiplication rule probability of A plus probability of B this is what we have discussed there addition rule එකේ multiplication එනකොට probability of A and B right probability of A and B probability of A into probability of B when events are independent so this will apply when events are independent event විතරයි මෙහෙම වෙන්නේ if events are not independent multiplication right probability of A and B either this or either this if events are not independent හොඳට බලා ගන්න independent නැත්නම් independent නැත්නම් මෙන්න මේ දෙක ඔයාලට apply කරන්න ඕන වෙනවා. Even A given B into probability of B, probability of B given A into probability of A. If events are independent, one event is not dependent on other. අපි කියන probability A given B equal A. ඒක පැහැදිලි මෙතන මේ. 150 agri students ඉන්නවා 100 chemistry students ඉන්නවා දෙකම කරන කට්ටිය 30ක් ඉන්නවා. right? ඒ කියන්නේ dependency එකක් තියෙනවා independent නැහැ. එහෙනම් මේ වෙලාවේ බෑ වැඩේ කරන්න. right? If events are independent කියන්නේ මෙන්න. මේක එකයි මේක වෙනම එකයි. A agriculture not depends on chemistry. Agriculture කරන එක depends වෙන්නේ chemistry මත. Which means agriculture එක ස්ටුඩන්ට් එක agriculture කරන්න තියෙන event එක not depends on chemistry. chemistry එක අදාළ නැහැ. එහෙනම් probability of A given B ඒ කියන්නේ probability of A agriculture select කරන්න තියෙන chance එක given that chemistry already selected. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ මොකද independent නේ. එහෙනම් agriculture select කරන්න තියෙන chance එකම කීයද? 150. probability A given B equal 150 which means probability of A. දැන් තේරුණානේ. එහෙමත් තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් හරි අමාරුයි. මේකෙම තමයි මම කිව්වේ ඒක. 150 students line agree 80 students in chemistry. මේ දෙක එකට එකක් depends වෙන්නේ නැහැ independent. එහෙනම් probability of A given B equal මේකමයි. 150. right? fine done. ඒ කියන්නේ total students ගත්තොත් අපි 150 230යිනේ. 230න් 150 අන්න ඔහොම හිතන්න. right? ඒ වගේ. right? fine done. if not independent හැබැයි independent නැත්නම් not independent which means there is a dependency. if there is a dependency, right, which means given fact is there, then you have to use these two formulas when you write probability of A and B. very clear. එහෙනම් ඔයා මේ දෙක පොඩ්ඩක් අවධානය යොමු කරන්න ඕනේ when events are not independent. when events are independent, this is the multiplication rule. right? events are independent. if events are not independent, these two. done. we'll do this question so then you will understand easily. right? fine. let me erase this. බලන්න මේ ප්‍රශ්නිත්‍ය වල හොඳට තේරෙයි මේ වැඩේ. read it and write. You can use this time to understand till I erase this board. right, done. Sarah is deciding which course she want to take in her college next semester. Sarah is trying to deciding she is going to take a decision which course she should select in next semester. The probability that she enrolled in agriculture course එකට යන්න තියෙන probability එක 0.3. agriculture අපි කතා කරපු උදාහරණය තමයි 0.3. agriculture වලට යන්න තියෙන probability 0.3. and the probability that she enrolled is in biology වලට යන්න තියෙන එක probability of biology 0.7. the probability that she will enroll in agriculture given that she enrolled in biology course is 0.4. probability conditional probability of enrolled in agriculture given that she enrolled in biology. Conditional probability also they have given. conditional probability. They have given 0.4. Then අපෙන් අහනවා, right? Then අපෙන් අහනවා, what is the probability? What is the probability that she will enrolls in agriculture course? Sorry, what is the probability that she will enroll in both agriculture and biology? Both agriculture and biology. දැන් අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තේ දාන්න එළියට. Both agriculture and biology. Probability of agriculture and biology. A and B. එහෙනම් probability of A given B multiply by probability of B. බෝඩ් එකේ නෑ ෆෝමියුලා එක කලින් ලියලා තිබුණා මතකද දන්නේ ඔයාලටනේ මතකයි. A given multiplication rule. Probability of A given B 4 multiply probability of B 0.7. 0.4 into 0.7, 0.28, or else 28%. Chance is there. Second question, what is the probability that she will enroll in agriculture or biology course? Agriculture or biology course. Probability of agriculture or biology. Right? Agriculture or biology. Which means probability of A and probability of B. Plus probability of B. දැන් ඔයාලට ON වලින් මොකද වෙන්නේ? N කියලා කියන්නේ multiplication, here addition rule. Here multiplicative. Rule, here addition rule. Because ON O සහ N තියෙන්නේ නේ. Right. So probability of A.3 plus probability of 0.7 minus here when events are mutually exclusive, right? Mutually exclusive, you have to eliminate this. But here projects are not mutually exclusive because this part also there. Because n කෑල්ල තියෙනවානේ n කෑල්ල. එහෙනම් අපිට මේක පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් කරන්න වෙනවා, right? formula එක because projects are not mutually exclusive and දෙකම කරන කට්ටියක් තියෙනවා. Not mutually exclusive. Not mutually exclusive. Therefore, OB equal probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. මේකට අපි කියන intersection කියලා නේ. Probability of A intersection B. Intersection A of A B. Not mutually exclusive. එහෙනම් probability of A 0.3 plus 0.7 minus A and B අපි හොයාගත්තා 0.28. 0.72 no? 28 given 0.72 which means 72%. Right? But let's say projects are mutually exclusive. You have to eliminate this part if projects, if events are mutually exclusive. If projects are mutually exclusive, you have to eliminate this. But in this case, projects are not mutually exclusive. Not mutually exclusive. Right? Mutually exclusive කියන්නේ දෙකම එකවර දුවන්න බෑ කියන එක නේ. Right? Mutually exclusive නම් right. මේක අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ. That's the answer for part B. Then are the two events independent? C. Make A. Sorry. A, B, C. Are projects independent? අපි independent නම් කොහොමද බලන්නේ? Probability of A given B, probability of A given B equal probability of A. ඔහොම වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා අපි independence නනේ බලන්න කතා කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේම probability of B given A equal probability of B. අපි ඔය කියන්නේ නැත්තනේ. දැන් බලන්න probability of A and B. A given B. Here probability of A given B 0.4, probability of 0.3 not equal. Independent නම් මේ දෙක equal අපි ඉගෙන ගත්ත එකනේ. Probability of A given B equal probability of A when independent. When events are independent. When events are independent, this will happen. But in this case, events are not independent. Why? Not equal. Therefore, are events independent? No. Answer is no. D. D. Are two events mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive. No. That's why you have to deduct intersection of A and B. Right? Why? Mutually exclusive නම් probability of A intersection of A and B equals 0. 0 නේ. හැබැයි here probability of intersection of A and B equal 0.28. Mutually exclusive නම් මෙහෙම වෙන්න ඕනි. If mutually exclusive. මේ තියෙන්නේ. If mutually exclusive, right? Yeah. මේක ලයින් කරන්න මොකද බිඳුව හින්දා. Why? Eliminate this by probability of intersection of A and B equals 0. Right? Mutually exclusive now, intersection of A and B should be 0. But here, intersection of A and B equal 0.2. Here, A and B කියලා කියන්නේ මේක අනිත් දිලුවත් මෙහෙම නේද? ඒවා දන්නවනේ. A intersection of B 0.28. Therefore, not mutual. අහන්නේ මොකද්ද? Are two events mutually exclusive? No. Not mutually exclusive. Very good question. Through that you can understand both multiplication rule as well as addition rule. Done. We have done with it. Right. There's a question. Read this. Read this question. Simple question. This is from your study pack, right? A die is drawn, right? Die is drawn and coin is toasted simultaneously. දෙක එකට. Right? Calculate the probability of throwing a 5 and getting head on the coin. දැන් බලන්න මොකද්ද මේ ඇප්ලයි කරන්නේ මොකද්ද මේ දැන් අර ලොජික්ස් ටික පැහැදිලි වෙන්න ඕන රයිට් දැන් අපිට අහන්නේ මොකද්ද මේ you throw a die and coin simultaneously එකවර උඩ දානවා එකට දානවා මෙහෙම කාසියකුයි ධාතු කැටේ විසි කරනවා අපෙන් අහනවා calculate the probability throwing 5 ධාතු කැටෙන් 5 එන්නයි coin එකෙන් head එන්නයි තියෙන probability එක which means n නේ දෙකම o නෙමෙයි n probability of n multiplication rule a and b ධාතු කැටෙන් 5 එන්නයි probability කාසියෙන් head එන්නයි and not o right and එකක් අහන්නේ එහෙනම් මොකද්ද probability of a into probability of b right probability of b probability of a මොකද probability of a probability of a throw අපි කියමු කාසිය කියලා 50% head එන්න දෙන chance එක 50% coin කියලා කියමු coin into dice coin එක 50% ධාතු කැටි 6 එකක් නේ 1/6 කොහොමද එක් වරක් එක 1යි 6 වරක් දෙක 12යි 12න් එකයි probability (8.33%) so this is the percentage right so you throw this simultaneously right simultaneously කියලා කියන්නේ both are not those are independent එකක් මත එකක් depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ if events are independent so this is events එකක් මත එකක් depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ ධාතු කැටේ මත කාසිය depend වෙනවද නැහැ therefore you can use this no events are independent events are independent therefore probability of a you can multiply by probability of b because ධාතු කැටේ පහ වැටෙන එක right ධාතු කැටෙන් පහනේ ඉන්නේ අපිට getting 5 right අපි dice එකක් දාලා පහ එන එකයි කාසිය head වෙන එකයි depend කාසිය head වෙන එක depend වෙන්නේ නැහැ මේක මත not depend which means independent right අපි independent නැත්නම් හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න a and b හොයන්න කොහොමද මෙහෙම ගන්න වෙනවා එහෙනම් අපිට හොයන්න වෙන්නේ probability of a given b multiply probability of b මෙන්න මේක වෙන්නනවා now this is not required because these are independent if not independent you have to go for this not independent අපි කතා කරා මේ වගේ right okay we have done this is a simple question that I have selected from your study pack මේක හොඳට තේරෙනවා නම් වැඩි පැහැදිලි මොකද කාසියයි මේක බලා ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න addition rule එකේදී මම මේක මෙහෙම සමරියක් හදමු අපි so then easy right addition rule and multiplication ඔන්න පටල ගන්න ඉඳලා මම මේක හදන්නේ here addition rule multiplication right කොහොමද දෙන්නේ මෙතන AOB. A probability of AOB. Probability of AOB equal probability of A plus probability of B. Probability of B. Right? Probability of A or probability of B. Minus probability of A intersection of A and B. Intersection. Right? Intersection. If projects are mutually exclusive, if events are mutually exclusive, right? Probability of A given intersection of A and B equals 0. Therefore, in this case, probability of AOB, අපි addition එකේ හොයන්නේ AOB, right, equal probability of A plus probability of B, because when projects are mutually exclusive, right, when projects are mutually exclusive, A and B equals 0. මේක ඇල eliminate කරනවා, මේක ඇල eliminate දෙන්න. Multiplication rule එකේදී මොකද වෙන්නේ? Multiplication rule, probability of A and B, මෙතන n කැල එනවනේ, O වෙනකොට and, right? කොහොමද අපි හොයාගත්තේ? Probability of A given B multiply probability of B. Probability of A given B multiply by probability of B. If events are independent, එහෙනම් events are independent කියලා බලනවා අපි මේ වෙලාවේ. Mutual exclusive බැලුවා වගේම if events are independent නම් multiplication model එකේදී probability of A and B, probability of A, sorry, A given B, yeah, probability A and B equal probability of B, sorry, probability of A into probability of B. If events are independent. If events are independent, this is how do you take probability. If events are not independent, this. If not independent, this. If events are not mutually exclusive, එහෙනම් this. Not mutually exclusive on this. දැන් තේරෙනවනේ වැඩේනේ. එහෙනම් independent නැද්ද කියලා බලනවා multiplication එකේදී, mutually exclusive නැද්ද කියලා බලනවා additional rule එකේදී, right? So here coin and die example. Dice. විසි කරා එකට. එහෙනම් ඒ වෙලාවේ you can use this because events are independent. Coin එකේ head එන එකයි dice එකේ ධාතු කැටේ තුන එන එකයි කිසිම සම්බන්ධයක් dependency එකක් නැහැ. Right? Mutually exclusive. Sorry, independent. So this is a summary you need to understand. Here දැන් මේ n කියලා දානකොට මත තියාගන්න which is probability of intersection of A and B. මේකත් කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් මත තියාගන්න n කියන එක කියන්නේ. Done. So complex area we have done here. Then we are planning to move into what? Arithmetic means of ungrouped data. Right? Arithmetic mean of. Arithmetic mean. Right? ගණිතමය average එක අපි mean කොහොමද ගන්නෙ? Ungrouped data වල. Let's discuss. Right. The arithmetic mean is the best known type of average. That's the famous type of average and widely understood. It is used for the statistical analysis. It is used for further statistical analysis. So, mean of ungrouped data, mean, how do we calculate? Sum of values divide by, right, number of items. Right? මේ වගේ simple mean එක ගන්නනේ. දැන් මට question එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා simple question එකක්. අපි මේක සංකේතවත් කරනවා x bar කියලා. Right? x bar. කොහොමද අපි හොයාගන්නේ? There's a distribution given, right? What is the distribution? The demand for a product on each of 20 days was as follows in units. So, they have given demand details of 20 days. Demand details of 20 days from first day to 20th date. The arithmetic mean of daily demand is x bar. Now, you have to identify what? Simple average, mean. So, we are going to calculate mean from this, right? Take the sum of total value from 20 items. So, how many, take the sum. 3 plus 12 plus 7 plus 17 plus 3 plus 14 plus 9 plus 6 plus 11 plus 10 plus 1 plus 4 plus 19 plus 7 plus 15 plus 6 plus 9 plus 12 plus 12 plus finally 20. 185, right? Total 185. Sum of values 185. Divide by number of items. They have given 20-day demand 20. 9.25. Per day demand average per day demand 9.25. Whereas different days you have different demand units in units, but average per day 20 units. 20 units per day. Per day. Right? Fine. Done. Thereafter, next thing, arithmetic mean of group data in class of interval. This is ungrouped. So, this is the arithmetic means of ungrouped data. Group කරලා නැහැ. Distribution එක එහෙම දෙලා 1 to 20th ලොකු line එකක් ලොකු distribution එකක් නේ දවස් 20ක numbers 20ක් දීලා තියෙනවා. But normally when we present data, you have group data. Group data නම් කොහොමද formula එක? So if it is group data, formula will be x bar formula. You have to take sum of sigma, right? Fz, fx, sum of fx divide by sum of F, or sum of fz, sorry, fx divided by n. So these are the formulas that you can use to calculate mean of group data. This is group data, this is ungrouped data. Group data and ungrouped data. So group කරලා තිබුණොත් මේක තමයි formula එක. මොනවද group කරලා දිනවා කියලා කියන්නේ? Look at this question, right? Demand details you have given less than 0, daily demand less than 0, more than 5, frequency එහෙම වෙන්න පුළුවන් chance එක 4යි. 0 less than 5, more than 5, less than 10, frequency 8, less than 10, more than 15, sorry, more than 10, less than 15, more than 10, less than 15, 6, finally more than 15, less than 20, more than 15, less than 20, frequency 2. So how many frequencies altogether? 20. Because the assumption of frequencies, assumption of frequencies occur in VR. I'll come to that description later point. First we'll calculate mean. මම පොඩක් මේක පැත්තකින් ලියලා තියාගන්න. This is important, right? Ungrouped data. Mean අපිට ආව 9.25. Applying this formula. Now we'll calculate group එකේ mean එක. Group data වල. Right. Daily demand you have daily demand less than 5, more than 0, less than or equal 5 factor, more than 5, less than or equal 10, more than 10, less than or equal 15, more than 15, less than or equal 20. Right? Then there's a difficulty of deriving. So when they have given range, we need frequency also they have given. Sorry, frequency. Frequency 0 to 5, 4, 5, 10, 8, 10, 15, 6, 15, 20, 2, 8, 4, 12, 12, 12, 18, 20, 20. Now this is F, no? F. We need F x. This is frequency, no? Fx. Then කොහොමද අපි x හොයාගන්නේ? To multiply frequency by x, we don't have x. මොකද අපි දීලා තියෙන්නේ range එකක්. Group කරලා දීලා. This is group data නේ. Group data වල අපිට කොහොමද හොයන්න පුළුවන් කිව්වේ mean එක? X bar equal sum of fx divided by sum of f. Sum of f we have 20 we have. How do we identify this? Are we multiplying by 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 or 0, 5, 10, 15. So we can't do that. Therefore we take what? Midpoint. We take midpoint as x. හොඳටම තියාගන්න. මේව රේන්ජ් එකක් දීලා තිබුණොත් අපි midpoint එක ගන්නවා. midpoint එක ගන්න මොකද්ද? x කියලා. 0.5 අතර midpoint එක 3. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Midpoint එක මොකද්ද? 3. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. මේකනේ 6. ඒකේ midpoint 8. එහෙනම් 8, 13, 18. Right? Those are the midpoints. Now you can take fx. 12, 64, 13 into 6, 78, 36. Take the fx. Sorry, this is sum of f, sum of fx. $36, 190, 190. So here total 190 divide by 20, 9.5. So when you calculate mean of group data, which is little different from ungrouped data, whereas there you have 9.25, here group 9.5. That's the difference. Now look at the slide and read this para. Because the assumption that frequencies occur evenly within the each class of interval. Frequency occur, this will occur evenly without within the each class, evenly. 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, evenly. Right? Within the class, within the each class of interval is not quite correct. මෙහෙම කියන එක හරියම හැම වෙලේම වැරදි. හරිම නෑ. Right? In this example, our approximate mean 9.5, which is this 9.5, is not 9.5 not exactly correct, and in error by 25.25, which means 9.5 minus 9.25, there's a 25 error, this error because of this assumption, right? As frequencies become larger, a size of the approximate error would become smaller. Make a small වෙන්න පුළුවන් frequency එක large වුණාම, right? Size of the frequency become larger වුණාම error එක minimize වෙන්න පුළුවන්. But there's a slight difference between ungrouped mean and group mean that you need to understand, because we assume that frequencies evenly distribute, right? Evenly occur within the each class of interval, which is not quite correct. Another question. Suppose the mean of age group, suppose that the mean age of group of 5 people is 27 and the mean age of another group of 8 people 32. How would find the mean age of whole group of 13 people? How do you find? Let me erase. So you can try alone and then we can discuss. Right? sum of age group in first group, age in first group, sum of age in first group how much? So the mean age of group of five people is 27. 5 into 27, right? Then sum of the age in second group, eight, no? 8 people is 32. 8 වල 32 නේ. පළවෙනි අපි ගන්න මොකද? Group of 5 people is group of 5 people 27, the average, right? And the mean age of another group of 8 people 32. මෙන්න F මෙන්න fx ගන්නවා අපි බලන්න. F කීයද? 13. මේක x, fx. $135. So this is n. 8 into 32, 256, 391. Another formula we have discussed, x bar sum of fx divide by n, right? Divide by n. අපි එකකින් ගත්තා, if you go back to this thing, right? n පද ගානින් බෙදන්නත් පුළුවන් fx එකේ නේ, right? ඉතින් බැලුවොත් කීයද ඒකේ? ඒකට අනුව, right? 391 divided by 13, right? 30.08. age 30 කියලා දැම්ම නැති 30 mean age, right? Fine, done. This is question 1. Question 2, that is also there in study pack, right? Read it. Number of items, which means in the mean weight of 10 units at 5 kg and 10 units at 7 kg and 20 units at x kg is 8. Mean weight. So they have given 10 units into 5 kg, 5 kg. 5 kg, and they have given 10 units at 5 kg, then 10 units at 7 kg, and 20 units at x kg. දැන් අපි හොයාගන්න ඕන මොකද්ද? අපිට හොයාගන්න ඕනේ this is n, this is f. අපි ගමු fx එක, මේක fx 50, 70, 20x. දැන් අපි දන්නවා mean එක අපිට දීලා තියෙනවා නේ. මේ තුනේම mean එක 8 කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා, right? මේ තුනේ mean එක 8. So 8 equal sum of these fx, sum of fx මොකද්ද? 50 plus 70 plus 20x divide by n. කීයද? 40. 40. Right? 40. Then 40 in 320. මේක වැඩි කරන්න පුළුවන් සුළු කරන්න මෙහෙමනේ 8 වරක් 4 32යි. 50 plus 70 plus 20x. එහෙනම් 320 120 no 120 plus 20x. 320 minus 120 minus 20x. 220x. X equal බිඳුවට බිඳුව කැපිලා ගිහිල්ලා 10යි. So x equal 10. Here x equal 10. X equal 10 means 200. Right? 200. So that's the answer. So arithmetic means we have gone through of two groups. Another question is there. Look at that question. Arithmetic means of group data in class intervals. Read this question. These questions I have picked from your study pack. There's a chance of testing these things. That's why. Right. For the week ended 15th November, the wages earned by 69 operators employed in the machine shop of Mermaid LLC were as follows. Under rupees 63, under rupees 60 and 70 11, under rupees 70 and 80 16, 80 90 15, 90 100 10, 100 110 8, over 110 6. Right? Fine. That's how they have given numbers. Now they are asking you to calculate arithmetic mean wage of machine operator of this company for the week ended 15th November. Week ended 15th November. Now there is a problem in this case. You know, when there are range, when they have given groups 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, whatever the group, what's the difficulty? Not a difficulty, you have to find out the midpoint. When you find out midpoint here, for first one and the last one, you don't have a midpoint under 60 and over 110. So then how do you take the midpoint? You have to derive midpoint based on assumptions. Assumptions. Assumption. So what are the assumptions? So here, if you ignore first one and the last one, the midpoint of the range of all other means the difference between first one and the first number and the last number, which means the difference between range is always 10, no? Difference between each range. 70, 60, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, 100, 100 and 110. Always difference 10. Which means first one, under 60, also you have to consider under 60, midpoint as 55. මොකද හැම වෙලේම පහයිනේ මැදදා පහයිනේ මොකද 60යි 70 අතර midpoint එක 65. 70, 80, 80, 75. 80, 90, 85. 90, 100, 95. 100, 110, 105. ඒ වගේම above over 110 නම් ඊළඟ එන්න ඕනේ මොකද්ද 120 එන 115 ගමු. මොකද මෙතන 50යි 60යි අතර වෙන්නේ නැති කියලා අපි හිතමු. 50 60. here 110 120. එහෙම වුණොත් මේකයි mid point එක නේ. You have to assume that. Assumption is that. On that basis you have to resolve this question. Right? Fine. Done. Now we'll calculate midpoint. Straight away you can take and this is x then f frequency f and fx. Midpoint 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105, 115. Frequencies 3, 11, 16, 3, 11, 16, 15, 10, 8, 6. 10, 8, 6. Now take fx. $165, 715, 1200, 1275, 95 into 10, 950, 105 into 8, 840, 115 into 6, 690. Right? Take the sum. 165, 715 plus 1200 plus 1275 plus 950 plus 840 plus 690. 5835. Here frequency $69. X bar sum of fx divided by sum of f. 5835 divided by 69 equal 8456. 8457. So that is the mean, right? So we have calculated enough questions. We have done enough questions about mean relating to group and ungroup data. What is next? Mode. Mode. Mode or model value is in average, which means the most frequency occurring value. මාතේ කියලා කියන්නේ අපි. වැඩිම වාර ගාණක් තියෙන නම්බර් එක මොකක්ද? වැඩිම වාර ගාණක්. right? අපි මෙහෙම හිතමු. Let me erase this. Right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5, 7, 5. So this is the demand. Days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mode එක කියන්නේ මොකද? වැඩිම වාර ගාණක් තියෙන එකනේ. Number the most frequently occurring value, right? Most frequent. Mod 5. Simple, right? Fine. The daily demand for inventory value they have given, right? daily demand for inventory in 10-day period is as follows. Demand they have given 678, right? Daily demand they have given 678. Then number of days also they have given 361. So මාතේ මොකද්ද මෝඩ් එක the 7 unit why 7 unit because demand එක 6ක් 7ක් තියෙන දවස් තියෙනවා 11ක් නේ demand එක 7ක් තියෙන දවස් 6ක් තියෙනවා එහෙනම් because it is the value which occurs most frequently demand එක 7 තමයි වැඩිපුරම ඉන්නේ දවස් ගත්තොත් එහෙම right දවස් 6කම demand එක 7යි දවස් 3ක demand එක දවස් 3ක් ගත්තොත් පළවෙනි දවස් දෙවෙනි දවස් තුන්වෙනි දවසේ demand එක 6යි 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 දවස් 6ක්ම තියෙන demand එක 7 වෙන එහෙනම් mode is what 7 mode එක 7 ඒ කියන්නේ මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි අපි ගත්තොත් එකකින් කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි days තියෙනවා 10ක් නේ number of days days 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 demand අපි ගමු පළවෙනි දවස් තුනම කියලා right 6 තියෙනවා ඊළඟ දවස් 6ෙම 7යි 1යි 2යි 3යි 4යි 5යි 6යි අවසාන දවසේ වගේ 8යි ඉතින් මොකද්ද මෝඩ් එක 7 වැඩිම වාර ගාණක් තියෙන සේල් එක දවස් 6කදී තියෙන්නේ mode is 7 right ඔක පටල ගන්න බෑ මෙහෙම දුන්නම ලේසි අනිත් පැත්තට බලන්න mode is 6 demand එක 7 තියෙන දවස් 6ක් තියෙනවා වැඩිම දවස් ගාණක් තියෙන එහෙම නැහැ වැඩිම වාර ගාණක් තියෙන බලන්න so here from this you have to figure out it right other way ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න එපා right අනිත් පැත්තේ බැලුවොත් 6 තියෙන වැඩිම එහෙනම් 6 කියලා නෑ ඒක වැරදි right done mode of group data when you have group data right so we have calculated mean of group data and group data so mode of group data how do we calculate consider the following group frequency distribution බලන්න පොඩක් අපි ඇඳලා බලමු මේ කොහොමද තියෙන්නේ කියලා 0 less than 0 and less than 10 frequency එක බිඳුවයි 10 and less than 20 frequency එක 20යි 20 and less than 30 frequency එක 150 30 and less than 40 100 let's visualize this first in a diagram xy diagram so then easily we can understand x y there you have frequency value frequency you can say y and here values zero to 40 තියෙනවා 0 10 20 30 40 අර පැත්තට තියෙනවා 100 එක 150 no right let's say 50 100 150 here 0 right xy diagram වල දැම්ම right numbers ටික දාමු බලන්න අපි 0 interval 0 to 10 0 to 10 here 10 no 10 20 30 40 50 50 ඕනෙත් නෑ right fine but anyway 0 to 10 0 and less than 10 0 and less than 10 frequency එක බිඳුවයි නෑ. frequency එක බිඳුවයි. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතනමයි. මොකුත් කරන්න දෙයක් නෑ. 10 and less than 20 50. 10 and less than 20 ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන එකල් නේ. 50 that bar අපි යන්දා right. ඊට පස්සේ කියනවා when 20 and less than 30 20 and less than 30 මේ දෙක අතර කීයද 150 මෙතෙන් 150 then 30 and less than 40 100 30 and less than 40 100 100 100 අපි diagram එක ඇඳා right දැන් අපි මේකෙන් හොයන්නේ මොකද්ද mode the mode of model class to one with highest frequency 20 and less than 30 highest frequency එක තියෙන්නේ මොකද මෙතන 150 නේ ඒක තියෙන්නේ 20 and 30 අතර හැබැයි අතර කියලා තියෙන්නේ නේ highest frequency එකක් තියෙන්නේ less than 30 more than 20 20 and less than 30 20 less than 30 අතර තියෙන්නේ right but how can we find a single value represent the mode මේ දෙක අතර දැන් තියෙන්නේ අගයක් අතරනේ 20 and 30 how do we find out single value is it 25 මතකේ බෑ මෙහෙම ගන්න බෑ how do we calculate this for us to take this what we need to do this draw a histogram of frequency distribution මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි කරන්න ඕනේ අපි දැන් මේ අපි ඇඳ මේක දැන් අපිට අඳින්න නැතුව කියන්න පුළුවන් right වැඩිම වාර ගාණක් තියෙන්නේ frequency 150 that is it between 20 and 30 20 and 30 අතර අගයක් mode එක වෙනවා but what is the exact that number so once you visualize this once you conceptualize data into this chart right what you need to do you draw a line from this වැඩිම 150 තියෙන්නේ මේක තෝරගෙන මෙතන ඉඳන් මෙතෙන්ද and from this point to this point right so mode will be this right mode will be this otherwise you can't say it is between 30 to 20 which is this මෙතන සාමාන්‍ය අගය 26.4 වගේ 7 මෙහෙම ගන්න පුළුවන් this is how do you calculate it right fine histogram showing the mode fine so that is what mode all about right fine so what we have discussed so far in this session we have started with what contingency table එක පටන් ගත්තා අපි ඉගෙන ගත්ත එකේ contingency table එකේ අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා thereafter how do we take A and B, which means multiplication rule, and we have compared multiplication rule versus addition rule, right? There you have O, probability of A or B, right? That we have discussed. So let me take you through that. Yeah. Thereafter we went through your study pack related questions, and we started to discuss what arithmetic mean of ungrouped data and arithmetic mean of group data we have discussed. Thereafter we started to discuss mode of frequency occurring mode of or model value of average model value of the given distribution, right? And mode of group frequency distributions. There what is important, when we have group data, when we calculate mode, you take the group which has highest frequency, then you will identify group as mode, but we need to find out single value. For us to get there, we have to draw this diagram which is called histogram table, diagram. From there you can figure out mode. Done. So that's all about the things that we have, that's all about mode, mean, and multiplication rule and contingency table and addition rule. When we identify what certainties, uncertainties, which means by using all these things what we are trying to figure out at the end of the chance, probability, right? Probability. එනාවේ probability के basics ටික කතා කරලා ඉවරයි. So my recommendation for you in exam, right, when you face to your exam, the challenge is how do we remember these formulas, number one. Don't be upset, most of the time examiner will give you formulas, but my recommendation, don't try to cram this formula since it is MCQ. No need to remember all the things, right? When I say all this, you need to remember everything, but when you remember formulas, you can, it's a matter of apply numbers to that formula. Most of the time examiner will give you, but don't depend on examiner. Sometimes examiner is not giving. You should be confident enough to apply the formula by yourself. ෆෝමියුලා එක දෙයි එතකන් අවුලක් නෑ. දුන්න ගමන් දාන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම දුන්නම තව රිස්ක් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඔයා දුන්නා බලාගෙන අර දුන්න එකට ඇප්ලයි කරන්න. ඒ හින්දාම ඔයා මේක ලොජිකලි හිතන්න නැති වෙන තත්ත්වයට වැටෙනවා. Therefore my recommendation here, logically remember the formulas. හොඳ example එකක් මම කියන්න. දැන් ඔයාලට හිතෙනවා ඇති multiplication rule එකයි additional rule එකයි කොහොමද දාන්නේ? ඔන්න පැටලුණා. multiplication කියන්නේ and එක, addition කියන්නේ o එක. ඔව්. ඒ වෙලාවේ මොකද්ද formulas දෙක? හැබැයි ඔයා logical අර Venn diagram එකේ තියෙන intersection එකයි union එකයි ඔළුවේ තියාගෙන මේ වැඩේ කරොත් වැඩේ ටිකක් ලේසි. මම ආයෙමත් රිපීට් කරන්නේ, that is very important, right? මොකද ළමයි මෙතන පටල ගන්නවමයි. that is not relevant for this. මම මේකට මෝඩ් එකට දාලා නැහැ. Before I conclude this session, I just wanted to highlight, right? මෙන්න මෙහෙම මතක තියාගන්න හොඳටම. O කියලා කියන්නේ probability of A or B. මේ වෙලාවේ අපි ඇප්ලයි කරන්නේ ඇඩිෂන් කියන රූල් එක. ඇඩිෂන් එකේදී අපි කතා කරේ මොකද්ද? AOB කියලා කියන්නේ probability වල ඒක එකතු කරනවා probability එකේ B එකට. B's probability. හරි සරලයි මෙහෙම මතක ගත්තම. හැබැයි මේක mutually exclusive නම් මේක mutually exclusive නම් මේක කියන්නේ ඇයි mutually exclusive වෙන වෙලාවේ probability of intersection of A and B equals 0. ඒ හින්දා මේකෙන් 0 අඩු කරාට ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැති හින්දා ඔහොම. හැබැයි mutually exclusive නොවන්නේ නම් එහෙනම් මේකෙන් මේක අඩු කරන්න ඕන කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් මතක තියාගන්න. This is when events are not mutually exclusive. Probability of happening A and B. අන්න මේ වෙලාව අපි use කරන multiplication එක. Multiplication. මම මේ ආයසරක් මුලට කියලා දෙන්නේ right. එහෙනම් අපි use කරන්නේ probability of A into probability of B. වැඩි කරානේ and හොයන්න. මේක දාන්න පුළුවන් when projects are independent. Events are independent. When events are independent. හොඳටම දැන් කාසියෙකුයි ධාතු කැටේ විසි කරනවා. අන්න ඉන්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට්. මොකද කාසියේ හෙඩ් එන එකයි ධාතු කැටේ පහ හරි තුන හරි එන එකයි සම්බන්ධයක් නැහැ ඉන්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට්. But if events are not independent, right? and එක ගන්නේ A and B ගන්නේ කොහොමද? not independent. ඒ කියන්නේ dependency එකක් තියෙනවා. not independent. Probability of A given B. There is a dependency. Right? There is a dependency. When there is a dependency, probability of A depends on B. Depends on B given. ඒ කියන්නේ A, the probability of A will occur given that B has already occurred. Probability of B. Probability of B. Right? මෙන්න මේක මත තියාගන්න මේක when not independent. Whens are not independent. Right? එක ළමෙක් ස්කෝල් එක ළමයි ඉන්නවා එක්සැම්පල් එක. ඒ ළමයිට කෙමිස්ට්‍රි කරන්නත් පුළුවන්, ඇග්‍රි කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. ආර්ට් කොමර්ස් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියමු. ආර්ට් කරන්න පුළුවන්, කොමර්ස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ආර්ට් සිලෙක්ට් කරගත්ත ළමෙක් කොමර්ස් කිරීමේ සම්භාවිතාවය ඩිපෙන්ඩන්සි එකක් නේ. ඩිපෙන්ඩන්සි එකක් තියෙනවා. not independent. එහෙනම් මේක ඇප්ලයි කරන්න. That's all. මෙන්න මේක තාමට emphasize කරන්න ඕනේ මේ during throughout this session. මේක ඉතා වැදගත්. ඒ තරම්ම වැදගත්. Remember this. Right? Fine. So this is the core outcome of this session. In addition to that, mode, means, those are very simple. And contingency table also important. මේ ටික පොඩ්ඩක් ඔළුවේ තියාගන්න. So then exam will be very easy. So the balance part of this risk and uncertainty chapter, right, will be discussed during next 2 sessions. Be ready. Go through the things that we have discussed so far under risk and uncertainty, and we'll discuss balance part during next session. Thank you.